Peter Greenberg is with us now. He's a travel expert. Peter, this ground stop is going to have a significant impact on travel throughout the day. What are you hearing from your sources right now?
Well, what they're doing at all three major New York airports, including out on Long Island as well, so that's four, is they're doing the ground stop so they can do a full runway sweep. That means top to bottom, left and right, up and down, to make sure there's no cracks, no buckling, nothing that would impair a safe takeoff or landing. They're checking all their electrical connections as well. Radar seems to be intact. That's both ground and air traffic control radar. So this ground stop probably will be lifted within the next 45 minutes, assuming there's nothing that they discover. So you can expect anywhere from 2 to 4 hour delays because, remember, a ground stop means the planes that were there can't move and the planes that were coming in had to be diverted. So that you will see the ripple effect going on throughout the day.
Right. And some of the planes coming into the New York and New Jersey area are big planes, international flights. They can't just land anywhere. So they've got to find a safe place that has the capacity to accept them.
And what that means is, based on the way that they fly in terms of coming over from Europe, that means they'll be landing north of New York, and that'll probably be in Boston, and if they're even closer, although it's not the most convenient place to land, but sometimes you have a critical situation, they would land in Stewart, New York.
How about the traveling public? I mean, this will have some ripple effects as things get back online once they do. How equipped are airlines to communicate in a situation as unique as this?
Well, they've been there before. I mean, let's go back to 9/11, when they had to put every plane on the ground. This one, so far, assuming there are no more aftershocks, should be resolved relatively soon within the next 6 hours because you got the planes on the ground that were coming in, you have the planes on the ground that couldn't leave. The problem is for people who have scheduled flights to leave today, you will be delayed. There is no doubt about it, especially if it's international departure, because those planes have to come back to New York to be able to clear customs in many cases and to discharge their passengers.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. What about the planes that were taxiing or the planes that are at the gate? Will they go through any sort of additional inspection if they felt some rocking or shaking?
No need for that. Although if they were taxiing at the time of a ground stop, they are stuck in place right now on the runway. They're not moving anywhere. A ground stop means nothing moves. So there's an additional delay aspect to that as well.
So what happens with those people? I mean, passenger rights immediately comes to mind for those people who are stuck, depending on how long they're stuck on the runway. Would they try to deplane them?
No, they will keep them where they are. Keep in mind that the passenger rights issue when you have a tarmac delay really applies to when the airplane is under the control of the airline. And right now, this is a federal order. So there's not a situation of people getting drinks or food or accommodations. It's basically you stay where you are until the situation's resolved. And then the real question is going to be is how do we find you a gate? So at that point, they will be deplaning, but not necessarily at jetways.
Yeah, no, I mean, this is a mess, right? Just trying to get things back online, but safety first always. Peter Greenberg, thanks for jumping on with us. Appreciate your time on this. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.